Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Pin Decker, once again showing you how to do this thing. Here to show you today how not to be afraid of the coming AI revolution, ladies and gentlemen. How to actually profit and make money from the AI revolution, ladies and gentlemen. That is a project called Ex Machina, and we're going to get into that in just a little bit, of course. But we have about 4 to 6 years, ladies and gentlemen, before the hammer is laid down. It is time to take advantage of this generational wealth. And that's right, you guys already know, this is the Pin Decker, the sensei of digital assets, coming to you once again, showing you how I'm doing this thing and revealing my tricks, tips, and tactics. And please, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor, of course, but I invite you to use me as a template, because what I am doing, ladies and gentlemen, is not luck. These are mathematical, or how should I say, universal tactics that if you do use the platforms that I'm using, if you use some of the cryptos that I'm using, you will have similar results, because the chart doesn't change just because your name is Jeff and your name is Tom. All right? So I invite you to use me as a template. And if you do what I do, kind of like if you go to culinary school and the chef gives you a recipe, if you follow that recipe to the letter, then you will have a pretty nice dinner and dessert prepared for whoever you want to prepare it for. Finance is the same way, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what we're doing. We are here to learn how to take advantage of this generational wealth. We are here to understand what things to look for, and the things that you should be looking for, ladies and gentlemen, is to understand what is happening in the world. You have to follow the smart money. Like, for instance, you just saw how Donald Trump tried to bail out or invest in Japan, because after years and years, the Japan reverse carry trade has Japan in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. And because Japan is in trouble, if Japan falls, and it looked like they just might in the next several years, the next country behind that is Europe, ladies and gentlemen. And the next country behind Europe is America, and or the world reserve currency of fiat upon which you depend. So what's the point? The point is, you have to have generational wealth, or you have to have a financial portfolio that is not completely dependent upon the fiat system. At least 80% of your wealth needs to be outside of the system, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about hard money. We're talking about Bitcoin. We're talking about gold. We're talking about tokenized stocks. We're talking about tokenized uranium. We're talking about rare earth metals. Okay? We're talking about ownership and self-custody. Because when the chips go down, you never know who is going to do you dirty, ladies and gentlemen. So we know that there are takers in the world, and we know that there are those that have been taken. I am here to show you today how not to get taken, ladies and gentlemen. So we have UPHOLD for offloading your fiat into the cryptoverse. We also have MEXC, of course, and we also have KRAKEN. And that, of course, is for you guys. The links, my referral links, my official referral links, will be down in the description below, ladies and gentlemen, because you're going to need these tools so that you can go and do what you got to do. Also, when it comes to wallets, I use the Rabby wallet a whole lot, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to need a good wallet, all right? And as you can see, I have several wallets here depending on the blockchain that I am using. You got MetaMask, you got Subwallet if you're into BitTens or Tau, which is what we're going to talk about today. We are going to talk about how to get this generational wealth, how to position yourself so that in 3 to 5 years, if you're already financially independent, great. I'm going to show you how to keep it. If you're not financially independent, I'm going to show you how to escape planet poverty. I'm going to show you how to get enough rocket thruster boost so that you can break the gravity well of planet poverty, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, let's get to it. First up on the list, of course, is virtual protocol. Virtual protocols, ladies and gentlemen. If you look down here, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. I'm just going to read the first couple of lines, but it's a protocol that is a launch pad platform. It launched in 2024 and enables users to create tokenized and monetize AI agents for gaming, entertainment, and virtual environments without requiring technical expertise, ladies and gentlemen. So I already told you guys before, and I'm going to tell you again. The perfect user for blockchain is not human beings. It's AI. And the perfect user for AI are AI agents, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to take today and we are going to find out how to use some tokens. Not only tokens, but also when it comes to chips, whether it's NVIDIA, whether it's Cerebras, or all of these aspects that play into owning the infrastructure or the plumbing, or owning the train tracks for the trains to run on. Because see, if you own the train tracks, then you get to determine the fees that you charge for all of the trains that are running. So picks and axes, ladies and gentlemen. When the gold rush took place, it was all about everybody want to be in the gold rush. And but the person who showed the picks and axes and shovels and the food and the camping tents and all of that, they made their money before you ran off into the mountains to go and find that gold, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to talk about Peak today, ladies and gentlemen. And Peak is another token that you can use, and it is an economic system enabling robots and machines to do business on every chain. It provides a neutral omni-chain coordination layer that gives machines, including robots, vehicles, devices, sensors, and AI agents, everything they need to become autonomous economic actors. This includes verifiable identities, wallets, portfolio representation, tokenization, and cross-chain settlement guarantees, ladies and gentlemen. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this is because this is where you need to be, ladies and gentlemen. So when it comes to things like Peak, here's the price right here. You can go in here. You can put this mainnet, if it's not already in your MetaMask, if it's not already in your wallet, you can put the mainnet in there. And you can actually go to something like KRAKEN, ladies and gentlemen. If you go to KRAKEN, when you get on KRAKEN, they're going to show you, they have the place for you to buy Peak tokens, ladies and gentlemen. So you can buy Peak. You can stake Peak. You can do all of that. But just today, what has launched, ladies and gentlemen, if we go back here to X, okay, this is the video that I just showed you. But if we go up here and we look, it shows us most people see the robots, you know what I'm saying? Few see the factories building them, all right? So this is what Ex Machina is all about. Now, Ex Machina just came out with a token called Deuce, ladies and gentlemen. And today, the first X-Deuce staking program concludes the first official snapshot at 1300, immediately following the snapshot of X-Deuce staking program. Okay, so you can actually get this token, ladies and gentlemen, and when you go over to something like CoinGecko, all right, you can simply go in here and you can type in DEUS, all right, DEUS, all right, and then boom, there's Deuce right there, Ex Machina. It comes up, and then you can see the price, and you can see that it's 2 cents right now, a little over almost 2.5 cents right now. But what's better is you can go into info, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you find the token. You look down here to the contract address. You could do it on the base chain, Solana, or Peak, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, we're going to choose the base chain, and then you can go in there and you can get it inside your wallet. You can get it from several places. As a matter of fact, if you go here to markets, it shows you actually what markets will allow you to grab the token as well. Okay, you got MEXC, you got KuCoin, you got Uniswap, you got Aerodrome, all right, you got Orca. Now, of course, these are all, you know, based upon what chain you want to get it on, base chain or what have you, all right. But this is what's going down, ladies and gentlemen. This is where you're going to get it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if we go down here and we go back here to info, when you go to Ex Machina, when you go to the website, all right, it's going to talk about getting Deuce, decentralized access to humanoid robots, the DAO, the decentralized organization profile head highlights. You can go here and you can read all of this stuff for yourself. The key thing that I want to show you is, where do you get in? Okay, this is how you get Deuce, and it shows you once again you can get on Aerodrome, Virtuals, Sunrise, KuCoin, MEXC, or what have you. And then you can stake Deuce, participate in governance and ecosystem. And check this now, when you click on that, it's going to take you here, and then you got DAO.xmachina.io. That is the website that is going to take you to, and there's the XDeuce NFT. There's the escrow NFT right there, but we already got the contract address, you know, from CoinGecko. And then you're going to connect your wallet to this, of course. And once you connect your wallet to this, it's going to show the amount of Deuce that you have in your wallet, and you can go ahead and stake a portion of it, or you can stake all of it, and you're going to get your staking APY is 15%, which is very juicy right now. But that's actually going to, the more people that get into this, that's going to start to come down just a little bit. But I don't think it's going to come down much, because most people in the world, especially those that are not within the sound of my voice, have no idea that this is happening. The same way you didn't have an idea before you got into this video and I told you about this groundbreaking opportunity. Okay? Now, here's the thing you got to look at, ladies, and when it comes to liquidity providing, because that's what staking is. Staking is version 1 of liquidity providing. I told you before, there's version 1, version 2, version 3, and version 4. Version 2, of course, is full scale. Okay, that's when you're covering from top to bottom the entire chart. So therefore, you don't have to worry about ever being out of range to earn fees from a platform. Okay, that's just providing liquidity full scale. And the third, version 3, of course, is concentrated liquidity. Concentrated liquidity is when you're providing liquidity within certain parameters. The minute you go outside of those parameters, the minute you break through the floor or go through the ceiling, you're no longer earning fees. Okay, and then version 4, of course, is liquid staking derivatives and or liquid staking tokens. All right, so, but this is what you have to look at here. So this is 15%, and right now, if we go back to Deuce right here, and we go to the overview, we can see it's 10 cents right now. But once it gets hot and heavy, not only are you earning from staking at 15% of whatever your bag is, $100, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. I'm probably going to put about 1,000 or 5,000 in here as soon as possible and just build up. But that's the great thing about crypto. You get in where you fit in. I told you guys my story before. I started out with $1, ladies and gentlemen. So the more capital you put into it, because how do we gain this generational wealth? We gain this generational wealth by having multiple income streams and creating a flywheel, ladies and gentlemen. Meaning, you should not be paying for your lifestyle. Whatever your lifestyle is, whether you're Paul Duroff of Telegram and you got $15 billion and you travel the world in a backpack, or if you have a 25-room mansion with 2 Bugattis in the driveway, or whether you're just an ordinary guy, you know, doing your thing, but you just happen to have a couple of million chilling in the cut, you know, we're all using this principle of compound interest so that you can make money while you sleep, ladies and gentlemen. The first thing I do when I get up in the morning, ladies and gentlemen, is I check my protocols, my protocols that I'm actually making money in, my contracts, okay? My multiple income streams, that's what I was looking for. My multiple income streams, and I take the couple of hundred or couple of thousand, whatever it is, depending on the market at that particular time, okay? So the first thing I do in the morning is I collect the money that I made while I was sleeping. And you can do this also, ladies and gentlemen. And the more money that you put into your protocols, okay, with self-custody, this is how you become your own bank. So it's not about gambling and being out there, you know, and doing trading is okay. It's not something that I really do. But traders get wrecked 70% of the time. People that's chasing meme coins get wrecked 90% of the time. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to be an investor, ladies and gentlemen, and you want to invest in these tokens. Another token you want to invest into when it comes to robotics and or AI, of course, is BitTensor Tau, ladies and gentlemen. BitTensor Tau is at 196 right now. BitTensor Tau is the Bitcoin of AI, ladies and gentlemen, because if you look here at info, you can clearly see that the circulating supply is 9.6 million, but just like Bitcoin, there will only ever be 21 million BitTenzer Tau. BitTenzer Tau is the key that unlocks decentralized AI so that we don't have to worry about Google, Anthropic, Sam Altman, Palantir, and Jeff Bezos of Amazon Web Services controlling the entirety of AI or all human knowledge. We have BitTenzer Tau where we can get in where we fit in. So the more BitTenzer you own, and there are people like Grayscale and Barry Silbert and entire companies that are dedicated to getting as much BitTenzer as possible because they understand that BitTenzer is a multifaceted ecosystem for AI. They just don't have BitTenzer Tau, but they also have BitTenzer Tau subnets, ladies and gentlemen. When you get into BitTenzer, you're going to notice they also have many subnets. When you go to BitTenzer, people see stuff like this and they go, oh, like that crazy guy that's in the ICP, whatever his name is, forget him. But anyway, they see this and say, oh, what is this? This is crazy. And it's always the ignorant people that want to pass judgment first because they don't know that they don't know, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what it's all about. So between Peak, between BitTenzer Tau, between Ex Machina, okay, get yourself some Deuce tokens, and at the very least, do some staking, ladies and gentlemen. And there's one last token that I love in this arena that I want to share with you guys, because I'm going to tell you guys where the money is. Okay, now I love this token and I got the hat to prove it. Yes, I do. Okay, and I don't mean that figuratively, I mean that literally. I have an Orky hat. Okay, and Orky right now is at 0.004. But what does Orky do, ladies and gentlemen? Orky is making the physical world accessible to AI by building the real world web e-way for robots and digital devices like smart glasses and phones and browse, navigate, and other physical locations. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, what Orky does is it provides spatial awareness to the AI that goes and basically gets a body with the robot. So the AI is inside the robot, but it needs to have spatial awareness so that it's not bumping into things and knocking over your favorite vase inside the house, okay? That's what Orky does, ladies and gentlemen. So you might want to get yourself some Orky as well. And as you can see, you got it on base and you got it on Peak as well. So you can actually put the Peak mainnet inside of your MetaMask or inside of your Rabby, and you can actually get Peak tokens several places. I like to get it from Kraken. Kraken's kind of the easiest, and you can hold some on Kraken, or you could just send it to your wallet and hold the Peak tokens, but make sure you get Deuce, because between Peak, between Ex Machina Deuce, and between other AI tokens, you even have things like, I'm gonna show you something where meme coins are now finally starting to get a little utilization in terms of how should I say, utility. When it comes to meme coins are starting to get a little utility. Now if we look at this is artificial Inu, and you say, oh please, not another dog coin. But I want you to look at what it's paired to. It's paired to a tokenized stock that you know as NVIDIA, ladies and gentlemen. So you could take this artificial Inu and pair it to NVIDIA over on Uniswap and earn yield from this token that is paired to a tokenized stock, ladies and gentlemen. These are the type of things that are available to you. And if you put your money where your mouth is, if you're certain, if you have the determination, if you are like a Green Beret or a Navy SEAL and you have that spirit to not be denied and to find an excuse to win, you need to take advantage of this generational wealth. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. The only thing I'm saying is this is the magic door that you have been looking for. And you only have 5, no more than 6 years. Because in 2032, it's going down. And once the ship sails, you will be priced out and locked out, because nobody's going to want your fiat that is no longer useful for anything. It's already only an IOU. Every dollar in your pocket is only worth 2 cents right now, ladies and gentlemen. Soon to be 1. Soon to be 0. What happens after 0? Well, it goes to -1, -2, -3. When it goes to -3, that means you're going to need $2 to buy what $1 buys right now. And there you have it right now at the U.S. national debt, the debt clock, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And when it comes to tokenized assets, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that you want to hold in your wallet, okay, is you want to hold gold, ladies, tokenized gold. Now you can hold tokenized gold. You can go over to Kinesis right here, Kinesis money, ladies and gentlemen. And the link for the my referral link will be down in the description below, where not only do you have where you can buy tokenized gold and silver, you also earn the yield on it. They also give you a financial advisor, and it is redeemable. But if you want something that's in your wallet, ladies and gentlemen, you can also do PAXG. And PAXG, of course, is what stable coins hold a lot of this. They hold a lot of PAXG, okay, in order, because they have to show 1-for-1 in order to be a stable coin issuer, ladies and gentlemen. Now, stable coin plays, that's another discussion for another time, ladies and gentlemen. But I also hold PAXG in my wallet as part of my treasury and or reserve, ladies and gentlemen. So you see, you could put yourself on a gold standard. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you, okay, with this knowledge, and continue to watch my videos. And there's going to be a lot of stuff that you don't understand, okay? And but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Familiarize yourself, get in where you fit in, and do your best. If you have questions or anything, put your questions down in the comment section below. And remember to be respectful to the sensei, because I actually do teach real Kung Fu. Okay, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So this is Crypto Kung Fu, doing Crypto Kung Fu with you all day long, ladies and gentlemen, showing you how to get this generational wealth, showing you how to be your own bank, showing you how to be your own hedge fund, showing you how to be your own international monetary exchange, where you could pay somebody in Bitcoin, Stellar Lumen, XRP, or whatever they want it to be, ladies and gentlemen. So until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on and continue to get this crypto.